Hello, welcome back to Iran Travel Guide. We are here in Persepolis, the city of Armenian, the capital city of Armenian, and I am very excited. This is going to be a very different experience. You cannot find something like this anywhere in the world. I'm just looking for Stu. I don't know where he is. You want to come and join me or not?
Coming.
Okay.
Very good. Hello. Welcome back. As you were saying, let's go have a look at the main monuments in the main area here. We've been to one gate, but there's a lot still to see. So let's go. Come with us.
Come with us. Where have you gone?
What?
Where did you go?
I was waiting for you. I didn't realise you were shooting. So we're coming to the main area here.
We're expecting to meet Mr. Qasemi today. We asked him to come and join us and help us.
Catch up with him here.
To give us some information. So what do you think? What do you think? I haven't asked you.
No, it's amazing.
What do you think?
It's really good. I mean, like, it's not only so old, as we know and we can see, and so impressive. Even though there are a lot of walls missing and so on, you can really get the sense of what sort of place this was. You know, it's
in that time, yes.
Yeah, for that time in this place, sitting with these mountains behind here, the rocky hills, a real sort of centre of power and authority. And it's clear that there were kings living here. You know, this wasn't just an old city. This was for the highest in the land.
Exactly.
And, no, it's very, very impressive.
So I can see Mr. Qasemi there.
There he is.
Hello.
So, and to come and join us. Hello again. How are you doing?
Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Back.
You're welcome.
So you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Can you tell us more about this this main area, these columns here? There's several really impressive ones.
هر کدوم از قسمت‌هایی که شما اینجا می‌بینید یک کاخ جداگانه است و هر کاخ رو یک پادشاه اضافه کرده به مجموعه تخت جمشید. تمامی محوطه تخت جمشید.
So what you see as the whole idea of the city here, it's not something which is built at one time, at one spot.
Sure.
Basically, each king who came to the power has added something to this place and made it very special. So like each one of these has been built by maybe different kings or in different times.
Generations, yeah.
So that's the reason that there are like different places in this city have different styles, different
stones, different periods, everything. Yeah, you can really see.
Your Farsi is becoming good. You don't need me to translate for you.
So we're standing here in the central part of Persepolis, and we're sort of having a look around and seeing the different parts of the city here. And there's these beautiful columns here, some of which are standing, some of which you can tell where they were. But this was the oldest part of the city, if I'm right. What was it used for?
این قسمت اولین جایی بوده که در تخت جمشید ساخته شده، جایی که داریوش این جا رو بنا کرد. بیشتر مراسم سلامی که
So yeah, this was the main part and the part which was built the first in the city of Persepolis, which was built by Darius. And this was the place that all the people from each and different corners of the emperor, the Persian emperor, which was a huge emperor in that time, from like India or Libya or in Africa, would come here to show their respects, to show their greeting to the king. They would come here and gather in this place. So this place, this area, the central area, has been built for this reason.
This is basically the center of the Persian Empire as it stood for many years.
It is true, yes. So the reason that this place has been built by Darius, like basically he wanted to show his power. He wanted to show that this is the Persian Empire and how powerful I am. So you should follow me. You should listen to me. You should take order from me.
You can see that from the buildings. I mean, it was a huge empire, as we know, and it had a huge edifice, huge building at the center of it to reflect that.
این رو باید توجه داشته باشین که تمام افرادی که می اومدن اینجا و به پادشاه سلام میکردن هر سال یک بار باید می اومدن، یعنی این یک روند سالیانه دائمی بوده که اتفاق می افتاده و سرکردگان
So basically each year, like each of these governors from different areas in the Persia Empire had to come here to this place once a year to show their respect and to show that we are still under your protection, we are still also following your rules.
To show their obedience.
Yes, exactly. And I am becoming your translator basically, so maybe you can like hire a translator for yourself. Okay, should we move on? Go on?
Yeah, let's have a look further on. Lots more things to see.
Hello and welcome back to Iran Travel Guide. We are here today with you from the city of Mashad in the northeast of Iran. This city is one of the most important tourism center in Iran. Of course, mainly because of the presence of the shrine of Imam Reza, who is the 8th Imam of Shia in this city. But also, there are other reasons for bringing over than 29 million tourists yearly to this place.
Yes, people come here for the historical sites, the gardens, the religious pilgrims as well, and for various other reasons, including more modern facilities, such as shopping malls, water parks, fairgrounds, and even a city beach.
And of course, these tourists who come here are not only from Iran. There are lots of domestic tourists and lots of tourists coming from Arab countries. Some Western countries also come here too.
Yes, Western tourism is really increasing here. We've met a few Western tourists on our trip. But people come here, and what's great is that because of the shrine, because of the number of people coming here, the hotel industry and the accommodation industry has really boomed around there. It's sprung up in so many places, and there are a real range of hotels to suit all budgets.
There are more than hundreds of hotels for different budgets in this city. Where we're standing right now, as you can see, is one of the luxury hotels, 5-star hotels in the city of Mashad. But there are other hotels available, depends on your budget. The reason we brought you here to just show you some of these places, some of the accommodation available in this city.
Yes, from the sort of things you'd expect from a 5-star hotel, everything's really provided for here. There's no lack of services, whether that's from drivers to laundry to internet access to various other things. Everything you'd expect from any hotel in the world, you'll be able to find here.
And of course, for some couples like us, maybe this is not what you really want. If you're not looking for something very expensive, there are more hotels available here for low budgets, accommodation, suites, or even like normal people giving their houses to rent.
Yes, exactly. It's possible to stay in all sorts of different environments, depending on what you like. Whether you want to get more of a taste of the real culture, you want to live in luxury, or you just want to have a good time or for a low budget.
What is very important for tourism, as I experienced it myself, is the safety and a good accommodation. I really want to ask him, because he's been here for a while now, and as a tourist, he's been traveling around the country. What do you think about the accommodation, like the variety of accommodation?
Well, it's been really interesting because we've had such a variety of different accommodations ourselves, both in Iran and on our own travels outside that. And what's great is that there is this variety here. There are things from cabins, lodges, small homestays, staying with friends, staying with other people. But there's also that mid-range thing of hotels, guest houses, apartments you can rent. And at the same time, there are the more luxury hotels like the one we're in now.
And of course, because the tourism industry is growing and developing in Iran, so the hotels and the accommodation places are getting better and better. Like in Mashad, they're really doing a great job, really doing a great job.
Yes, the money that's come into the city from the shrine directly and indirectly has really gone into creating an ambience here which is very conducive for tourists. There's no sort of lack of facilities here, from restaurants outside, from every sort of facility you'd want can be found in the city, which means a trip to Mashad is not just fly in, go see the shrine and fly out again, but actually is a whole experience with lots of different facets to it.
Whatever you want to experience in a modern city, Mashad is there. You have it, all the modern places, modern halls and shopping malls, everything you can find in this place.
So we're going to have a look around this hotel here. Stay with us as we take you around. We're going to sort of soak up the atmosphere, enjoy our time here, and show you some of what the high-end luxury accommodation of Mashad is really like.
Be with us.
Jewelry.
Yeah.
Your favorite?
They're not my favorite, but they're beautiful. You know, it's like Iranian silver and gold are very good. I think they all are silver with like...
the different ones that look like different designs, like a Ganesh there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Some of the animals and the craftsmanship is really good. Let's go inside and have a look.
Yeah, I think the stones must be like very special or something. They look very different. Very nice. Let's go in.
Yeah, really, it's really nice.
I want to check the stones, what the stones are. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you. Very interesting.
Yeah, very nice.
They all are in silver?
Yes, all the work is silver.
Great.
And what stones are famous here? What gems? Like these ones?
Actually, in Iran, there are a lot of stones is famous.
Sure.
Some things like agate, and another one like sapphires.
Can we
They
see
are
one of the agates
yes,
from
okay.
close?
Of course.
Thank you. Yeah, the agate one is very famous, very famous. In different colors, yeah. In different colors.
And on this stone is written by hand.
Ah, I see.
And someone written Nasr min Allah. It's like Arabian language.
Sure. It's like it's a religious.
Yeah. It's very common in Iran. They carve like holy words on their rings or the necklaces, just as a protection.
No,
This is very beautiful. Maybe you want to have a look from close.
No, we've seen this sort of work on other things like the calligraphy and very small objects as well. It's amazing. In the
What other stones are very
Another
famous?
stone is famous like Firuze Neshani. Yes. It's very, very famous.
Yeah, this one is very famous. Firuze.
Thank you very much.
You see, it's like a very special blue. We can show it to the
There's
camera.
like these veins on it as well.
Yeah, this one is very favored by Iranian, this stone.
The English name is turquoise.
Turquoise,
Yeah.
turquoise. Oh, it's very beautiful.
You see the the lines,
patterns
yeah,
within it,
they're
yes.
like natural like that.
No, of course, yeah. Very, very nice.
Look at that, it's like a bracelet.
All sorts of
Like a
different
dragon.
ones.
Oh no, it's a snake. It's a cobra.
Oh, this one here, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So we're here in this beautiful garden at the back of the complex here. There's a couple of swimming pools around, and you can see there's a restaurant and children's playground. It's all very nice and peaceful and quiet here.
Yeah, exactly, as you mentioned. It's very nice and place for fun, recreation, for all Armenian families and members, and also tourists, why not?
Yeah, no, it's,
You're welcome
it's very
always.
nice. I mean, how does the Armenian community fit in as part of the Teheran, part of Iran? How is the relationship?
Armenian community has a long history in Iran, maybe more than 400 years, 4 centuries of history background. And during all these centuries, the Armenians have always been very respected and very beloved population and community in this country.
They've kept their own culture very strong, but at the same time fit in very well.
Of course. Comparing to the other countries, I can say that Armenians here, they could well preserve their identity, their culture, and the way their style of living. We have our own schools, our own churches, our own ceremonies, our own centers, and we are free in our practices. So during these all years, we have had, we could have preserve our cultural identity and national identity very well.
So the Armenian church, I mean, we saw the chapel earlier, but the Armenian church here is free to do what it wants. It's not restricted in any way.
Of course, yes, of course. We have always been free, and we are also free to do our practices and religious practices here.
And it's not, I think, only about Christians, because Iran, we have Muslims, we have Christians, we have Zoroastrian, we have Jews, we have different religions, and I think these all people could find a respect point and live together very well.
One of the more important thing that I have to mention, that I think unlike the other countries, here Armenians have their political representatives.
Yes, they do.
We have
in the
MPs
parliament.
In the parliament,
Yes.
Armenians have 2 members of the parliaments in the parliament. So we have our voices, and we have direct connection to the government and the political circles in this country.
Very good.
Yes,
that's great.
Yeah.
So,
how do you choose this? Is it through elections?
Yes, same as normal procedure as the other member of the parliament in the country. During that election period, we also choose our MPs.
Okay, great. You want to have a diving?
Yeah, you can have fun.
Not right now.
That's a big one. That's a very big one.
So, wow, what is this? This is very
this is
different
a
from the
football
other.
court,
Dynamic point.
Yes.
The center of this stadium, the football field. The Armenians have a long history in the football of Iran. Arad has had.
You want to have a sit?
Yeah, have a seat, please.
Yeah.
Arad has
fine.
had a football team in the national level, and
so very famous sort of
famous football players.
And very good football team. Arad football team was very famous.
Yes, was very famous, and
they had lots of players in the national team.
They had a lot of players in national team. It used to be very popular, and now it's popular also.
Sure.
But now because of some restrictions. I mean, about the players. We have only players in young generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do not have adult football. I mean, famous players, but the football players who were famous and very professional in the past. Now they are here. They do cooperate with the new generation. They teach them. They are their coaches, and I shall name some of them. For example, I mean, all the Iranians know them. Edmond Bezik.
Oh, he was my favorite player.
Edmond Bezik was very prestigious football player in Armenians and also in Iranians. And we have also Edmond Akhtar and the one that we have, Andranik Teimurian.
Both him and his brother has played. Ando is still playing for the national team, and his brother was a football player as well.
Oh, very good.
The Armenian football club and the Armenian football players, they did always cooperate in the national level in the country, and they had their share in the football of the country.
Very good. Very nice. Let's see what they have to sell.
It's like a charity shop. Hello, hello.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Can I help you?
So just can you tell us a little bit about the handicrafts and the shop?
This is the handicrafts that Armenian ladies make, and we sell them for charity.
Oh wow.
It's
So beautiful.
Show us to the camera. Have a look. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Very beautiful.
So these are for charities.
The younger generation, they make it.
Very nice.
So nice. The kitchen.
Kitchen.
This is all made by
Here by the ladies, yes. And then we have some sweets. All the kids come from their trainings there.
So how did you like it?
No, it was very interesting, very good. Lovely to be so welcome and have such a good guide, and really to find somewhere so different in Tehran, somewhere so special and different and quiet.
I loved it. I really loved it, and it seems that you liked it.
It was different for you too.
Yeah, it was different. It was new, and I hope you also enjoyed. And also, I'm waiting for you guys to be with us for the next shows and everything and everywhere we're gonna go.
Yes, tune in next time and see where we are then.
Yeah. Bye.
Goodbye.